What's going on, everyone? This is Titus Wanker, and welcome back to another tier list video. Today we're ranking fruits as requested by Moonlit Maple and Matt Big Fat. I almost combined their names. They either provoked the discussion that led to this tier list, or they suggested me to do this one. So either way, shout outs to both of you for requesting this, you know, directly or indirectly. And we're going to be ranking these live on Twitch right now. But if you want to be part of more of these, you know, stay tuned. Well, not just stay tuned, but definitely go check me out on Twitch as well. Links to that and everything will be in the description below. So yeah, let's get started here. Our first fruit here that we have is a dragon fruit, which is a native Asian fruit, and I do happen to be Asian, which is very fitting for a start. What's it called? Dragon fruit. I have had it on numerous occasions, and like, you know, whether it's raw dragon fruit or whether it's in a shrimp. What am I saying, dude? A drink. Why did I say I just my mind immediately just thought of the first word that wasn't drink, and it was shrimp. Yeah, dragon fruit is my favorite kind of shrimp. It shouldn't even be on this tier list, but no, it's a fruit. And I've had it before on numerous occasions. As an Asian, of course, it'd be kind of a disgrace if somebody like me never had dragon fruit in their lifetime. So we're gonna put this in, I would say, I mean, it's decent to me. Probably like good, I would say. I'll put it in good. Alright, I believe this is a, oh wait, so, okay, hold on. I think this is a peach. I'm noticing that there are peaches and apricots on this tier list, and I don't want to accidentally, you know, I don't want to get, like, people coming over at me with pitchforks and torches because I can't tell the difference between peaches and apricots. But I believe what I'm looking at next is a peach. And funnily enough, I'm not the biggest fan of peaches, but I can't lie, because of, you know, Jack Black's song called Peaches, which, if you haven't heard it, absolute banger for what it was. I'm actually willing to put this in, I'll put it in good, next to dragon fruit. Because, again, I'm not the biggest fan of peaches. Like, you put peaches in a cobbler, then sure, I'll eat them. But straight peaches is not, it's not my biggest cup of tea. And I was actually about to say the same thing about mangoes too, because I don't usually eat straight mango. I think the texture is too soft for my liking. But mango flavored drinks, mango flavored candy, that all slaps. I will say, mango definitely has some of the boldest flavors when it comes to actually using it in, you know, as flavoring, or whether it's in a drink or whatever. So, I mean, for that reason, because I can't say that dragon fruit or peach related stuff is, like, can typically be, you know, insanely good. Titus is a certified mango hater. I mean, not necessarily. Like, again, if you can use the actual fruit, you know, in a good way, then of course I don't mind it. Like, there's a straight up, like, we have an Asian dessert called mango and coconut sticky rice.
Watch more live sports.
And that I can actually take straight mango, because it's done, it's prepared slightly differently than you would just straight up biting into a mango, if that makes sense. So I would say I would say because of how good mango stuff can be, I'm gonna put it in yum. I can't put it in immaculate, though, because I know fruits that I would like all across the board, whether it's the actual fruit or whether it's, you know, not the actual fruit, or at least not the fruit in its pure form, if that makes sense. A papaya. Honestly, I haven't had papaya in so long that I don't remember what it tastes like. So I'm actually going to put papaya in, I might as well put it in never had it, because freaking, it's been too long. Okay, I'm noticing that this is a type of pear, and then we have pears over here. I don't remember what kind of pears these are, unless these are like the Asian pears that we see all the time. I'm just gonna say I've never had that either. Alright, cherries though. Cherries. You know, I kind of said how a lot of mango flavored stuff can be good, or mango drinks or mango dishes or whatever. You can't say the same thing about cherries. To a lot of people, cherries remind them of medicine, and that's kind of what they remind me of too. I feel like the most tolerable, like, I'll eat cherries, but they're obviously not my favorite fruit by a long shot. And I mean, what's it called? Probably the best way you can get me to eat cherries is if you give me a cherry pie, and then I'll gladly devour it. But that's what it takes. Do I hate cherries? No. They're gonna go in meh for me. Because I don't hate cherries, like, I'll eat them, but, you know, not my cup of tea. Grapefruits. I think I've had grapefruit flavored things, I think. But not enough to remember. I'll say never had it. I don't remember. Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is a decent melon. To me. I'll probably put it in, like, good. But there's probably other there's gonna be another melon on this list that I think I'm gonna like better than cantaloupe. Okay, also, I'm noticing that now there's like 2 different kinds of lychee or something. I think that's lychee, and this is like another form of lychee. I don't even know. I will say though, you know what? Let's just put both of these here together, because I honestly don't remember for the life of me like what separates these two from being different. But lychee as a whole, right? Lychee is honestly probably one of my favorite foreign fruits, and the seed inside is so satisfying because it's just so smooth. You know, so it's like you can't. Well, that's not to say you can't choke on the seed, but just it feels so satisfying to have it in your mouth. So, lychees are good to me. I'm gonna put them both in yum, because I do like me some lychee. Avocado. Yeah, hold on. I gotta think about this one for a second, because the thing is, I'm not a big fan of straight avocado. It's gotta be in like a sandwich or something, or you gotta make like an avocado spread or a dip with it, and then I'll actually enjoy it. I'm not the biggest fan of straight avocado though, which is kind of odd to me. Also, I think the music straight up got cut. There you go. There's beautiful Smooth McGrew's face. Shoutouts to him for providing the background noise to this. Oh man. I think avocado is one of those like mango cases where it's like I'm not a big fan of the straight thing, but it's honestly pretty decent in other forms. I think this goes in good. Cause like if you can make a good avocado toast or you know a good avocado dip or spread, I'll gladly eat it. Okay, I have no idea what that is, to be quite honest with you. None. Zero idea. Justified. It is good through the sole application of it. Yeah, exactly, right? If you can apply it, then it probably tastes pretty good. But I don't know what it is about, like, the taste of it. I think just the... I think avocado is a slightly more acquired taste. It's like, yeah, if you love avocado, then I mean... you'll love anything that it's in. For me, it's one of those things where it's like it has to be in a dish or some sort of side thing, and then I'll eat it because then I don't taste the straight avocado. This I do not remember what it is either. It's very funny, because I'm eating grapes right now, and here's grapes, and I will say, I do love me all kinds of grapes, especially on a hot summer day. I used to drink grape juice religiously as a kid. I don't anymore because of, well, let me think. I don't anymore because I guess, I don't know, maybe I've just grown out of the grape juice phase. It's not that I don't like grape juice, but it's just, I just stopped drinking it so much. But grape juice is great. Grape flavored most things are great. Not necessarily the medicine, though. The medicine's kind of eh. But everything grape flavored is great, and we are literally eating grapes right now. So I think it's, I mean, no bias to the fact that I'm eating grapes right now, but I feel like this has to be my first immaculate fruit. I do love me some grapes. Genuinely. They are very good. No matter what version either, whether it's the red, green, or the purple kinds, I'll eat them all, straight up. You know? Pretty sick. And grape jelly, too. Can't forget about grape jelly. Oof. That on a PB&J, fire. Pears. I've eaten a good amount of pears in my life. I'm honestly, if I had to be real, I'm sort of just indifferent on them, because it's like, I think they're fine. But I've never had anything mind-blowing that's pear-flavored. So, honestly, I'll just put it in good. Now, I want to say this is an apricot. Again, I could be completely wrong. Excuse me. I could just be completely wrong on this. But I'm just gonna, if this is an apricot, I'm gonna say I've never had it, because I don't think I've actually ever had an apricot. Like, ever. Okay, pineapples. There's the whole debate on putting pineapple on pizza, which I guess I get it, because it's like people want their pizzas to be more savory and not sweet. But it slaps on Hawaiian pizza, I'll just tell you that much. Maybe that's the only place where it belongs, where people can universally agree that pineapple belongs on pizza. That's just gonna be a never-ending debate for years to come. But the actual fruit itself, I can tell you that I've been to Hawaii, and I have tried real, fresh pineapple, as well as, like, pineapple floats, pineapple ice cream, and it is unbelievable over in Hawaii. I mean, it is so different than what we get here back in California. I mean, it's a world's difference. Pineapple. If we're gonna go based off the Hawaiian pineapple, I would immediately put this in immaculate. But as is, like, if we're considered the pineapple of you know, the world. Boom, 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 boom. You know what? I mean, there are pina coladas. Pina coladas do exist. They are pretty good. Yeah, you know, I'll put it in yum. Why not? Yo, what's up, Gil? Happy birthday. Thank you. My birthday's not until Thursday, but we're celebrating it early. But thanks for the early birthday wishes. Greatly appreciate it. We're just ranking fruits right now, because actually, funny enough, a while back, it was like Matt and Maple provoked this discussion, and we're finally doing it. Gilligan is ahead of the curve. True. You know, he's making sure he gets it in right now, just in case he can't stop in, you know, later on this week, because we're doing a lot of streaming this week.
Find your favorite TV shows on YouTube. Get AMC Plus.
Oh, sponsored by YouTube. I wish.
And more on YouTube.
I have no idea what this thing is, unless this is a... No, this is not... No. This is not a mangosteen. I know what mangosteens look like. Excuse me, there is a grape that I just ate that did not go down in my throat well. Bruh. That is a grape that I will remember for a good while, especially since now that that grape just did me dirty on camera. Woo! Alright. Raspberries. Funnily enough, there's no blackberries on on this tier list, which is kind of funny. But we have raspberries, I guess. Maybe I'll speak on behalf of both raspberries and blackberries, since to some people, they're the same thing. To me, they're not, but to some people, they are. So raspberries are a nice, you know, sweet fruit. Kind of like, it's great for snacking, I can tell you that much. Like, it's just, you could just put them in, you know, some plastic baggies, take them along with you on, you know, hikes and whatnot, and eat them for energy. They're a great fruit to use in fruit tarts, which we have a bakery called Porto's, which makes some incredible fruit tarts. Love them to death. I honestly haven't even gotten enough of them because we usually go there for their actual food, not their desserts. Well, actually that's not true. We just don't get many fruit tarts when we're in the dessert category, but they are exquisite in fruit tarts. And raspberry flavored stuff is generally pretty good. So yeah, I'll put it in yum. And I guess I would say the same thing about blackberries too. You know, one thing I would really still love to try is a raspberry pie, because I imagine that's gotta be amazingly good. But not many people can do a raspberry pie right, so. Oh, pomegranate. Man, this is like grapes, where I used to eat pomegranate a lot. I used to eat pomegranate a lot when I was younger. And I love the fact that pomegranate was just a bunch of tiny little seeds that I could eat. You know, because actually it's weird because raspberries are basically that. They're a bunch of tiny little seeds that you eat. In sort of a similar fashion to pomegranate. But pomegranate, the seeds just have that kind of snap and pop to them, which I think I really enjoyed when I was younger. And I was also in a pomegranate juice phase at one point. And it's kind of the same case with grapes, honestly. And I love pomegranate, and Empire's agreeing that pomegranate is just heavenly. It is. But I feel like they're definitely more on the expensive side because, you know, pomegranate are just more of an acquired fruit to get. I know some countries don't even have pomegranate, and I'm sure they would love to try it if they could. We're gonna put this in immaculate, without question. You have pomegranate trees? That's awesome. I wish we had those. We grow a lot of stuff, but pomegranates is not one of them. I can tell you that much. All right, blueberries. Blueberries are actually pretty good. I've had some amazing blueberry pies. I think we actually went to a Marie Callender's at one point, and I tried their blueberry pie, and that's really good. Blueberries themselves are good. Not amazing to me, but they're good. And generally, anything blueberry stuff is pretty good too, because I've had blueberry lemonades, fantastic. Like I said, I've had blueberry pie before, obviously. I feel like you're not living if you haven't had blueberry pie in your life, unless you absolutely hate blueberries, which is understandably so. What else is blueberry flavored out there? I guess just blueberry flavored candy as well is good, even though usually it's not blueberry, it's blue raspberry flavored, which is kind of the more artificial way of looking at it. But I think blueberries, to me, yeah, they're gonna go in yum because of the blueberry stuff that I've had. By itself, the fruit I would say is good, but because blueberry pie and, you know, blueberry lemonade and all that stuff is like amazing when done well, then gotta put it in yum. I've essentially never had to go out and buy them, dude. You're so lucky to just have pomegranates outside your house, bro. That's amazing. I wish we had those. What are we growing right now? Like we grow cucumbers, tomatoes, lemons, which funny enough there's no citrus on this tier list that I found, which is actually no, that's not true. There is a citrus, but there's no lemons or limes or whatever. I think if I just had to go off just pure preference, I'd probably put lemons and limes in, like, Yum as well, because their pies are delicious, the drinks are great. Same case as blueberries, pretty much, if I had to rank them. Because they're not on here, but I'd probably also just put lemons and limes in Yum. Because I wouldn't just straight up bite the fruit, you know? That's not in my preference to do, but I can't say that I hate doing that. And, again, the flavored stuff is great. You know, citrus makes for some of the best drinks out there. It also flavors certain actual foods pretty well. Alright, plums. I'll be honest, I don't like plums. I really don't. That not in my great interest. Plum candy kind of doesn't do it for me either. I've had plum candy before, and that's just kind of whatever. This honestly is worse to me than cherries. I might actually put plums in disgusting, to be quite honest with you. I am not a fan of plums. No candy or drink has done it justice for me. So I'm putting plums in disgusting. And as we wait for the next. Wow, you did a Piranha Plant lullaby acapella. That's pretty cool. Ba ba ba. Oh man, coconut though? Alright, hold on. Coconut, to me, is mind-blowing. I know there are people out there that don't like coconut, which, kind of a shame to be honest with you. Coconut, it's in more things than you can imagine. I mean, just for starters, you can straight up eat the white flesh. You know, and that honestly tastes not bad on its own. Or you could, you know, pound it and make coconut milk out of it. You can straight up drink the water or the juice from inside a coconut. You know, and the juice or milk can be used for a lot of different things, for dishes, for desserts. I've had some great coconut milk jelly, which is a big thing in Asian countries. Might be like one of my top 10 favorite Asian desserts of all time, actually. And then I brought up pina coladas earlier. Those and pineapples go pretty well together in a pina colada, you know. Gotta love a good one of those. And I mean, coconut is also in, vaguely enough, some chocolates. Like there are some distinct chocolates that you can put coconut in, kind of like Almond Joy. There's coconut in there. And there's so many uses for coconut. It's insane. So I think coconut for me is going in immaculate. Are you doing other tier lists after this? I've already done a Mario characters tier list for Random Snore, but they unfortunately could not make this session because they got exams to study for, which I totally get it. But they can watch the VOD after this and, you know, and see how in the world I ranked some of their favorite Mario characters. I'm expecting him to wring my neck when he gets the chance over certain things. Oh, well, now we have green grapes, which I kind of already discussed with regular grapes, but yeah, immaculate. I'm literally eating grapes right now, too, so why not? Bananas. Funny enough, I had a banana earlier today, before going live, which is kind of funny. Bananas. I personally think bananas are decent on their own, but you gotta put them... wait, let me think. How do I build up to this? Oh, so it's a point tier list? Wait, what do you mean? Like, you mean this one, or you mean the Mario characters? No, the Mario characters one is just, like, my preference of the character, or I guess how much I've seen this character, or, say, used a character in a Mario game or whatever. That's kind of what I based it off of. The Mario characters playlist, the tier list. The Mario characters tier list. That's what I based it off of. Alright, so bananas are, you know, fine on their own, and to me. I feel like they're a little bit more of an acquired taste, because to some people bananas taste like nothing. Banana candy is fine, I guess. I don't feel like candy really does the banana taste justice, but if you really want to do bananas justice, gotta put them in, like, desserts. You know, like a banana cream pie, or banana pudding, and oh my lord. Now we're talking. If you do that, that's how you set up bananas for life right there. You know, it's amazing. You have a selection in the point shop that requires a tier list. Oh, yes, sorry, that's what you meant. Yes, for channel points, you can redeem a tier list, and then as long as I'm knowledgeable enough on what in the world we're ranking, then I'll do it. You know, obviously I'm not going to rank something that I have no idea about. But definitely if you want us to just a tier list, we'll figure out a future date to do it. But bananas, again, kind of on their own, kind of as a candy, great in desserts though. I mean, let me tell you, people live for banana cream pies and banana puddings and all that stuff. So, I'd say this goes in good, just because the desserts are pretty good. But that's why it's good, you know? I mean, I guess I would still rank it in good even if there were no such desserts that existed, because I do eat bananas quite often. But, again, a little bit more of an acquired taste for the average fruit lover. Kiwis. I can't say I've had kiwis much. Probably the if there's even any actual fruit in this, it's probably just fruit flavoring. But I remember I used to drink a lot of strawberry kiwi Capri Suns, which still hit different in this day and age. But I don't feel like there's really any kiwi juice puree in them. And there might be a reason why you don't see a lot of kiwi juices in the market, because I feel like kiwis by themselves are probably the best form of them, and then you try to make it into a juice, and then it gets complicated from there. It's not one of those versatile fruits. And for me personally, I think this goes in meh. Not a big fan of kiwis. Not gonna lie. Can't say that I've really super duper enjoyed kiwis whenever I've had them. Well, what's really funny is that there's also no orange on this tier list, so I guess, because this is I think this is a tangerine. So I'm just gonna say oranges / tangerines for this one. I don't mind oranges. Orange flavored stuff is good. Or, I mean, what do we have? We have orange juice, we have orange soda, we have orange flavored candies. Again, all pretty good. You know? The fruit itself is fine, obviously, and I will say, big boost of vitamin C, kind of like in the citrus family. You know, it's great. It's great for your immune system. It helps you when you're sick, and I don't mean what's it called? I don't mean in the figurative sense, but in the literal sense. If you're sick, you know, oranges just bring your immune system right back up, and or tangerines, you know. So I can say that. I could say that while the orange flavored stuff to me is probably how I enjoy oranges more, it is a superfruit. You know, it's quite literally one of the medical healers that not only tastes good, but is just extremely healthy for you. And I think for those reasons, I'm gonna put it in yum. Even though my personal preference, if we just had to go off fruit alone, would probably just be good. Honeydew. I feel like that's pretty much in the same...
Most music apps have some kind of one-size-fits-all
I
workout
feel like
playlist.
it's probably in the same
But the
realm
YouTube
as
music app
Cantaloupe
has
for me,
ad-free playlist,
where it's like,
personalized to
it's a
fit you
decent melon,
and your kind of workout.
but
Get YouTube
I see a
Music
melon
Premium.
coming up that I
Try
feel like I'm
1
definitely
month
going to
free.
rave about when that shows up. Putting it with Cantaloupe. Oh boy, and you know what? We're entering some very happy music with a very happy fruit, and that's apples. Man, I don't remember much about my childhood, but I can tell you that apples were one of the very first fruits that I ever ate. And apples, to me, are just god-tier fruits. I mean, I actually am that person that would take a bite out of an apple just straight up if I really felt like I had to refresh myself. And apple-flavored stuff is always great. You know, there's apple juice, there's apple cider, there's sparkling apple cider. Shoutouts to Martinelli's, not sponsored. Frickin'... What's it called? You can make so many desserts with it. You've got apple pies. You've got... There is such thing as apple-flavored ice cream, believe it or not. There's also such things as what's it called? As... God, what's it freaking called? There's apple tarts. There's hot buttered apples. I know some of you might know that from The Legend of Zelda, but that is an actual thing. Or even caramel apples. You know, because... Yeah, because hot buttered apples, I feel like, are more of a niche thing, but, man, caramel apples... I had one recently, like a couple months ago, and I hadn't had one in so long before that, but someone quite literally spotted me a caramel apple, because we know a confectionery store very close to home, and hit just like home again. Interestingly enough, you could put together all the yum fruits into a tropical smoothie. I mean, that's true, but realistically, how good would it taste? Because I feel like the pineapple and tangerine would kind of clash a little bit. I think at that point, the citrus flavor could be too strong. But I don't know. Maybe it would work together really well. I feel like that's maybe the only caveat in there, though. That you put those two together, and suddenly you just have a really, really strong citrus flavor. At that point, you would think lemons would be in there, but there aren't any lemons. But like I said, apples, god tier fruit. For all those reasons, that's absolutely going in immaculate. I would say the only time they're not immaculate, because there's also so many different versions of apples. I like the crunchier apples. I don't like the. I'm not the biggest fan of the softer apples. Although you can use the softer apples for applesauce. Another thing that I just thought of that you can use apples for. That's what you honestly should use the softer apples for. Or make it into cider, honestly. Because then you can't even taste the softness that is those apples. And it's crazy, because so many different versions of apples out there. Which I think I genuinely like most of them. Especially the crunchy ones. If you give me a crunchy apple, we're set. Oh, strawberries, though. Oh, ho, ho. Strawberries are also probably up there on the level of apples. Strawberries are just as refreshing. There are a lot of things you can do with strawberries. You can make strawberry juice, I think. Well, not like it's really been done that often, but I think you combine it with other fruits. People generally make yogurt out of strawberries, which I feel like is something that isn't done with a whole lot of other fruits that I've mentioned already, or fruits that we've already discussed. And again, just amazing usage for. I mean, strawberries are used in so many desserts. I've had strawberry pie before, but not in a very long time. Strawberry cheesecake is a classic. Chocolate-covered strawberries, the quality dessert for any Valentine's Day. And then you just... The list just goes on. There are so... I feel like strawberries are probably one of the most versatile fruits you could use specifically in the dessert category. Like, I don't know that there's a single other fruit on this tier list that you could use, that you could incorporate into desserts more than strawberries. If that makes sense. Going up in immaculate. I mean, without question. Like, we're just getting into all the delicious fruits now. I believe this next one here is a jackfruit, which I don't think I've had before, so that's an easy one. I've never had it. Funny enough, they put tomatoes in here, which a lot of people, you know, used to think that tomatoes were vegetables, but they are by definition fruits because they have seeds in them. Jackfruit is so bizarre, only ate it once. Alright, you know what? I'll give an honorable mention to durian, even though I cannot stand the smell or the taste of durian. Like, I have tried it. durian is such an acquired taste for like certain Asian people. I don't know I don't know if like other races of people actually enjoy durian. I haven't asked enough people who aren't Asian about that, but God, I can't stand durian. And it's also, I feel like there's nothing redeemable about durian to me because first of all, it's a spiky fruit. It can theoretically kill you if you throw one at somebody, which that's fun to think about. You know, never thought you could use a durian as a weapon, but you can because of its spiky exterior. It takes you need a very, very strong, you know, sharp blade to cut it open. It's just not easy to cut open. The smell is rotten. And then the taste, again, it's such an acquired taste. It tastes like... how would I describe the taste? It's so acquired, though. Empire says they've never had it. It kind of tastes like... Oh, goodness me. I don't even know how to describe it. It's so acquired. It tastes like... It kind of tastes like, It kind of tastes like a mushy... It kind of tastes like jam or jelly if it was in a solid form. I guess. That's the best way I can put it. But even then, the taste is so acquired that it's like you gotta try it for yourself to really know what in the world I'm saying. But it kind of tastes like it kind of tastes like if you solidified jam or jelly, and then it had kind of like a sweeter, like a decadent sweet more than like a fruity sweet. Like it's weird. I think to me durian is disgusting. Personally, there's nothing redeemable about durian to me. Like I get why it exists. You know, people have been able to make things out of it. I've even had a durian pastry, and even that couldn't do it for me. You know, like I just don't think I like durian. It's not in my future to keep eating durians. You know, but as for jackfruits, I've never had them. It's just, it's so bizarre, dude. Excuse me, it's so bizarre. What's it called? Alright, I kind of went on a tangent about durians. Let's talk about tomatoes, which again, a lot of people thought they were fruits until a fruit was classified as something with seeds in it, and tomatoes do have seeds, because there are vegetables that don't have seeds in them. So that's how you can tell the difference. Alright. I wouldn't straight up bite into a tomato. That's kind of, I mean, if you like tomatoes that much, then I guess good for you, but that's not me personally. However, tomatoes are great in sauces, as a soup, and I mean, especially since my favorite fruit is pizza, especially as pizza sauce, I actually do like me some tomato puree, or sauce, rather. And I actually have had the B8 vegetable juice that contained tomatoes in it. So, I mean, if I have to go off based on what I like, which is tomato soup, tomato, like, sauces or dips, and then it being on pizza, because I'll eat anything on pizza. If you put straight up slices of tomato on pizza, I will eat it still, you know? That's how you get me to eat straight up raw tomato. But I wouldn't just bite into a raw tomato. You know? And plus, there are so many variations of tomatoes as well, kind of like with apples. I think what's really funny is that I still remember that one year for my birthday, when we celebrated my birthday in elementary school. Hold on. In elementary school one year, I don't remember which year it was, because you were in no, you know what? It had to be kindergarten. Because in kindergarten, they restricted us to just that one playground. You know? But then after that, starting in first grade, starting at that, in first grade, you know, then we had the giant expanded campus. Now we didn't even know how big a school campus could be. But that year, I remembered for my birthday, I brought in something kind of strange, right? I brought in, like, cream cheese, I brought in brownies with cream cheese icing, and I think each one was topped with a cherry tomato. Which, looking back at it, I'm like, how in the world did I get, like, 7 or 8-year-olds to eat that? How did I eat that, actually? That's kind of, like, that's so odd when you think about it now, but back then we ate it like it was nothing. And now looking back at it, I'm like, well, how in the world does the tomato go well with a brownie and cream cheese? Like, does it actually taste good? But somehow I got people to eat that stuff. I don't even know, man. That's just, that just sounds odd to me. Margarita pizza, you have to try it. Oh, I've had margarita pizza, bro. I have had my fair share of margarita pizza. The last time I was in New York, which was last year, we went to a pretty decently fancy pizza place. One of those pizzas was in fact a margarita pizza, and let me tell you, as a fan of pizza, I do like me a good margarita. But that just goes without saying that I'll eat practically anything on pizza. I've eaten pineapple on pizza. I've done anchovies on pizza. I've done a lot of stuff on pizza. If anything, I will gladly do like I don't know if there's like a pizza tier list somewhere here, but I wouldn't mind doing that another time for sure. You know, then you would all know the extent to which I love pizza. But this is not about this isn't about pizza as a whole. This is about tomatoes itself. Again, weird story with the whole kindergarten thing. Don't know how I managed to do that to kids. And I guess somehow I ate it in some way. I mean, maybe what I did was I ate the cream cheese brownie, but then took the tomato off and didn't eat that. I have to imagine that's what I did. But tomatoes, I think because it gets carried by pizza sauce and or pasta sauce. I didn't even bring up pasta sauce, but you know, it's the red sauce is right on spaghetti. I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Luigi. We're gonna put tomatoes in good because it does get carried by certain things. But I'll just say I would never. I don't think I would generally try to bite a tomato and eat it like that. All right, I'm actually gonna save watermelon for last because that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. I'm gonna save watermelon for last because I'll just tell you right now. This orange fruit that you see right here. It's called a persimmon. Do not like them. Not one bit. I think somebody tried making like a jello out of them. That to me tasted kind of funky. No. I don't like persimmons. That's disgusting to me. I don't even know which fruit between plums or persimmons is more disgusting to me, but God, I've tried them both. There has been nothing redeemable to me about them. We had a dramatic stop in music. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Watermelon to round out this tier list. Music stopped for the final fruit. I know. I think it's because Smooth McGroove knows how good watermelon is. Some people, for whatever reason, I don't know how you can say this. Of course, I respect everybody's opinions. This one might be one of the most bizarre ones I've ever heard, though. Is that watermelon is just straight up water as a fruit, which, yes, it's in the name, but then it has no flavor, which is like, you clearly haven't had good watermelon then. Because good watermelon does have a succulent flavor in the middle, and there's a reason why, you know, people use it so much. You know, people eat it so much on hot summer days or on barbecues or whatever. It's just one of the go-to fruits. And watermelon works great, you know, in, like, fruit salads. I didn't even bring up fruit salads, but a lot of these fruits would work well in fruit salads. There's also watermelon juice, watermelon-flavored candy. I guess, I didn't even bring up smoothies either, but yeah, smoothies, you know, like strawberry watermelon smoothies, that's a thing. Or even like strawberry, I didn't even bring this up with like strawberries or bananas, but there's strawberry banana smoothies. You can do strawberry, banana, watermelon smoothies. That's also a thing. And watermelon, I will say, is not very versatile in desserts. But watermelon jello works. You could make watermelon tarts work, but I'm just trying to figure out how you would get enough flavor in there. Maybe you would actually need to amplify the sugar level to make watermelons in those kinds of desserts work. Watermelon flavored candy is generally pretty good. You know? And I think that's kind of where I'm at with watermelon, but watermelon generally overall is a pretty great fruit. And I cannot tell you how many times it's carried me through hot summer days, especially during my marching band days, where, you know, whenever we were fortunate enough to have fruit breaks, I went straight to, like, watermelon and grapes to refresh me, because I needed it after such hard practice days, you know? Like, it carried me through those days. So, watermelon for me is also going in immaculate, and that is basically the tier list. Now, I'm going to try to save this one again if possible. Let me see. So, like, fruit tier list. Fruit tier list. There you go. Then can I save this first? Please don't generate a preview image. All right, cool. We'll wait for this to go. I think. Or okay, hold on. It's taking a second. I think we'll go ahead and just let it download for now if it wants to download later. But that is going to do it, you know, for this tier list. Looking back at this, and as the music stopped again. Oh, did we actually go through Smooth McGrew's entire playlist? That's kind of crazy, actually. Alright, well, while this Mario music is playing in the background, this is what the full tier list for fruits looks like. I would say a lot of these fruits, in terms of, like, regular consumption, a lot of the fruits that I consume regularly are definitely in the immaculate category, even though lately I haven't had much pomegranate or coconut since, you know, leaving Hawaii, which was, again, such a great time for fruit, and they really do have some of the freshest fruit in the world. But everything else, it's just kind of like, I'll have it every once in a while, maybe with, like, the exception of bananas. Because I feel like bananas is the only fruit that's far below immaculate that I eat regularly. And then everything else is just kind of there, you know? There are still fruits that I've yet to try in the world. But that'll actually do it for this tier list. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll quickly bring up Starfruits. Never had Starfruit. Would love to try it, though. But never had Starfruit. I just thought of Starfruits because there's Mario music playing, and, you know, the star is a power-up, and then I just randomly thought of Starfruit, and I know Starfruit is a thing. So, there you go. That's the whole tier list. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below to become a part of Chung, the Wangster Clan today, and make sure to go follow all my social medias in the description down below. Especially Twitch if you want to see more live highlights like this one. I kind of blanked out for a second there, but that's where we just recorded this. And obviously a lot more things to come. You know, if you want to suggest future tier lists, let me know. You can come here and redeem a tier list with 5,000 channel points. Obviously, it's got to be something that I'm knowledgeable about, so that I'm not just spewing out bull or anything. But yeah, that'll do it here. Thank you again very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. As always, enjoy your freshly baked sleep. Just don't eat it. Peace.